So one big aha moment I'm going to just give you now is the whole idea of what is the menopause. So got to remember that menopause, would you believe, is actually one day of a woman's life. Now that's going to be, you're going to be like, sorry, but yeah, it is. So what happens is, obviously, this can happen to women from the day they start their periods, they start menstruating. It can happen then. It happens to some girls in their teens, would you believe? All it really means is, and it's the perimenopause, so you'll understand the word peri, scientific background, we know what that means. That's a sort of lead up in between phase. So the perimenopause starts when your hormones, your sex hormones, so obviously women have estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. That's something I need to emphasize here, because testosterone has always been seen as the male hormone. Would you believe women have 3 times more testosterone before the menopause than they do estrogen? Now that's another big aha moment, isn't it? It's like, right, so they've got more testosterone and estrogen, yet it's never seen as a female hormone, but it is key. So yes, just going back a bit. So obviously when your hormones start to decrease, and as I say, that can happen at any time after your period start, that's classed as the perimenopause, the lead up to this day, this one day menopause. The one day menopause, if I can just explain what I mean by that, is the day when a woman hasn't had a period for a solid year, 12 months. So it's actually a retrospective look back in time. Yep. So you haven't had a period for 12 months, and sometimes you might not have one for 11 months and then you have another one. And it's like, right, well, no, you're not then. So it's this one day. Once you can say, and often that's confused sometimes with the contraception women are on, remember, because often contraception stops periods. And I'm going off on a few tangents here, but that one day is the 12 months, solid period of time when there's no periods. And then after that is classed as postmenopausal. So we've got perimenopausal, one day menopause, postmenopausal. So wow, eh? As if we didn't, none of us knew that. So anyway, so the perimenopause is the real bit most of us guys will be dealing with, because this can often happen. And in, I think, is it I get my figures right, 1 in 100 women, it's under 40. So late 30s, they'll be starting the perimenopause. And all that means is the hormones are starting to decrease. And as you know, with a lot of things with hormones, it's not a nice linear decrease. No. Never is. It's always just like a drop, and then stabilizes, might go up a bit, down a bit, and it's like a stuttering decrease. So sometimes women won't know themselves, because they might get this effect of the lowering hormones, and I'm sure we'll go into the symptoms at some point, of which there are a lot. They might get this sort of effect of those lowering hormones, but that might tie in at maybe age 39, maybe age 42, with when they've just got a kid, family, young family, or growing up family. They might have a really high pressure career that's really taking a lot of their energy. They might have become a carer for parents or relations. So there's a lot of things going on in a 40-year-old woman's life that's taking a lot of her energy. So she's not going to think straight away, oh, that's my hormones, I must be perimenopausal. Of course she's not. She's just going to think, oh, I'm tired, I'm just not sleeping well, oh, God, I'm sweating all right, and whatever it might be that the symptom is. So it might be that these ladies in the gym that we are dealing with, and remember, they could be late 30s, they could be 20s. I think 1 in 1,000 women are under 30. I will check the stats and let you know the exact stats. But remember, it could be anybody. And it's just noticing the symptoms as a coach, I think. What I've got is a list of symptoms here. Would you believe I printed it off? And there's 21 of the general symptoms that people struggle with, and they are full body encompassing. So it's really difficult to pin this down and say, yeah, she's definitely perimenopausal. I can see because she's got this. It could be one of many things. If you know a bit about sort of science, you'll know that the body has estrogen receptors everywhere. Yep. Eyes, ears, everywhere. They're not just in your uterus, they're not just in your ovaries, they're everywhere. So these symptoms are affecting brain, they're affecting joints, they're affecting obviously your vasomotor symptoms like the sweats that you'll have heard. They're the common symptoms people have heard of, the hot flashes and the sweats. But actually, for most women, it's not that. It's the mood symptoms. It's well, you might recognize it if anybody out there has got a female partner, that sort of lack of tolerance, the angriness, like getting really mad with you, and you just think, oh, they say she's hormonal again. Well, actually, probably are. But yeah, not to do with their own fault, just because their hormones are decreasing. And that will happen in a very stuttered fashion. And the average age for that starting is 41. So probably a lot younger than you'd have thought.
Yeah.
You know,